it is a very, very similar grid up front. Bullard on pole, Stankowiak alongside him, Finn Irons. Another big opportunity here. If he can make a brilliant start here, he could really cause trouble for a lot of our front runners in the championship. It's Charles Leclerc helmet. But there we go, Stankowiak going the long way around. It will be Bullard that has the inside, but who is going to lead into turn one? Green flag in effect, race 2 in the juniors is underway, and it is Archie Bullard that maintains the lead through the first corner, with Stankowiak closely behind. Irons is holding back Burden, and then it is Redfern who's passed Alfie Shrubb for 5th place. So all pretty steady up front, but Shrubb trying to get back past Redfern and almost falling into the clutches of Aston Lupton here. Lupton in turn has got a bit of trouble for him. I think that's Niall Joy right behind him. And Archie Bullard really starting to pull away from that pole position. Oh, diving up the inside of Julius Stankowiak comes Finn Irons, but Stankowiak keeps ahead, doesn't panic. That's bound to make things worse. And look at them sliding out for 11 and into 12, and Stankowiak gets a bump from Finn Irons, and they all have to swerve to avoid the pit exit barrier. No contact warning from car 143. That's Finn Irons being told off for hitting Julius Stankowiak in the middle of that first lap. So Bullard now leads by just under a second now. From Stankowiak, Irons, Burden is 4th, Redfern is 5th, but just diving up the inside, but not quite enough to make the difference there. And another dive from Finn Irons for P2, and Stankowiak again sees it off, and now Irons has been dumped into Freddie Burden and Jack Redfern again here. So Stankowiak proving to be a tough customer to overtake for the young Finn Irons. Well, pretty young really, but in perspective. Now for the final corner again, and Bullard is looking more and more confident here. 10 minutes to go, so our first 2 minutes elapsed, and Bullard is in the 53.59s. Stankowiak in the 56.3s as she defends from Irons in the pack behind. And she's going to have to continue to defend. Irons has regrouped a bit and is once more challenging her through turn 5. And into 6 and 7 they go. Stankowiak again will really be hoping to push forward and put the pressure on Bullard, who so far has had a pretty untroubled run. Stankowiak will be hoping, almost wishing that Finn Irons gives her a bit of a break that allows the pack to challenge the race leader here, gives Stankowiak a bit of a clear air from distractions behind her. Our top 11 pretty static so far. Redfern passing Shrubb has really been the only big move in the top 5. As we now see Irons having another go at Stankowiak. We've seen Finn Irons win split 2 races before. Never seen him on the overall junior podium though. Really relish a chance to do this, but has to be wary not to fall foul of Frederick Burden behind him. Wide from Stankowiak, trying to get the fastest exit there. That's more of a qualifying line, or possibly a mistake, but Irons not able to capitalise on it. Meanwhile, look a bit further back at Niall Joy. He is shadowing Aston Lupton, trying to put pressure on him, but Stankowiak leading a train of karts. As Irons now all falling slightly into the clutches of Frederick Burden. Can Burden get on the overall podium again after his win on the road in race 1, trying to look to the outside through turn 4. But Irons holds the apex, holds the inside line, and does not present himself an easy target here. The tension continues to build here, but look at the lead that Bullard has got. Over 2 seconds from Stankowiak, I believe. But now Julia will get her head down and start hot lapping around this circuit that she knows and excels at so regularly. Look at Redfern. He is starting to make an impression on the back of Burden. Alfie Shrubb too, looking to challenge, and points forward quite dramatically as well. Redfern won't be able to see that, but he will feel it, that's for sure, if Alfie Shrubb starts tapping the back of him to say, let's move forward and not fight each other. And Bullard continuing to extend his lead over Julius Stankowiak. It's the Archie Bullard that we've become so used to seeing this season, taking lead early on and controlling the race from the front. Of course, Finn Irons being in between, Julius Stankowiak too, being in between Bullard and Burden and Redfern is really going to allow him to make up the deficit from the first race where he finished third. 6 minutes to go. And the pack's still quite overall bunched together quite fairly tightly. Just 7.6 seconds separate Bullard from Canlay in 11th. Now Finn Irons is starting to focus on the rear of Julius Stankowiak's kart here. And Stankowiak knows even holding on to this second position would be crucial points for her. Desperately wants to finish on the overall podium for the third time this season. Finn Irons though looking to make an impression, and would be a giant killing feat. I can see Finn Irons' dad cheering him on in the foreground. A little bit wide from Stankowiak, but she gets a good exit here. Look, by the way, at Redfern. Redfern is dropping down the field, losing 3 positions there. Looks like he just got muscled out by Shrubb, I think. Not quite sure what happened there, but that is very, very bad news for the man who finished second in race 1 so narrowly. Stankowiak though continuing to cover off any assault from the young Finn Irons. Irons getting very close as they go towards turn 9. Car 143 decide to be circumspect for the time being. This has very much been a slow burn of a race. Could it come alive in these final couple of laps? As Stankowiak again gets a wider line but gets the better exit. Crucially for that long flat out run through turn 1, through 2 and into the fast right hander of 3. Archie Bullard just looking that little bit more comfortable now. Serene up front, 2.4 seconds the gap to Julius Stankowiak. So Stankowiak hasn't been defending and losing time. She's just been sort of maybe a tenth or two off the pace of Bullard. Bullard has just disappeared up the road like a scolded kitten. Behind them, Burden in a bit of no man's land with Shrubb still keeping Lupton and Nihal Joy behind. Then it is Redfern. And Nihal Joy defending very, very well from Jack Redfern, a man who has won races here. Look at Finn Irons though, he's right behind Julius Stankowiak, who this time doesn't get as strong an exit but gets to the inside very early through turn 4. Turn 5, here we go. No opening for Finn Irons. Irons has been just waiting for the moment to strike. Stankowiak is determined not to let it happen. Here comes Archie Bullard, the gap, nearly 3 seconds now with 2 minutes remaining. Jack Redfern, after losing ground earlier, still stuck behind Nihal Joy, and the closest fight is actually, other than Stankowiak and Irons, it's right at the back between Louis Canlet and Oliver Coe. Coe, now this time it's his turn to be in last position, while Louis Canlet looks a little bit stronger than the first race. He fancies to go at Blake Hutton just in front of him to get into 9th place. Stankowiak has got a little bit of a breather from Finn Irons once again as the race starting to wind down. I was going to say it builds to a climax, but it does just seem that nobody really has been able to make much ground here. Lightweight split 2, getting ready to roar into action. Oh, look at that, Louis Canlet taps the side of his helmet. Not sure what message that's supposed to send to Oliver Coe behind him. Maybe don't overtake me or I'll hit my helmet some more. Frustration. I think it's a compelling argument. Yeah, I'm not really got it. We are about to start the final lap of Junior Race 2. Archie Bullard nearly 3 seconds ahead. Now Finn Irons has closed again to Julius Stankowiak, and he desperately wants that second position, but Julius Stankowiak has held firm, has driven a very, very stout defense, has not made any mistakes, and now she's just got to hold on for 1 lap more, and it would be a P2, first podium of the day, and that will put her right in the mix for overall honours today. Archie Bullard, though, is looking a tough man to beat. 55.333, his fastest lap of the race. Irons, the only driver really that's gone anywhere near that. Oh, a little move in the background. Is that, I think that's Blake Hutton having to hold off Louis Canlet as they briefly go side by side, and Hutton holds on to that 9th place. But here comes Archie Bullard. An absolutely stellar race. Through the final corner he comes, and Bullard wins race 2 here at Daytona Tamworth. Stankowiak takes 2nd, and Finn Irons takes his first junior podium in the overall honours. Fred Burden is 4th. Alfie Shrubb just holds on Aston Lipton. Then it is Nihal Joy, a very disappointed looking Jack Redfern. Behind him, Blake Hutton, Louis Canlet, and Oliver Coe.
We are joined by Finn Irons. Finn, I heard it was your first podium in the junior overall honours.
Overall, yes. Not on the actual, at the end of the venue, but in the race, yeah.
In a race?
Yeah.
How does that feel?
Pretty good, yeah.
Pretty good?
I think I pushed myself to the limits, and yeah, I worked out well.
Yeah.
Had a clean race.
Great race with Stankowiak. That looked intense at parts. What was your favourite bit?
It was intense. All of it really, other than turn 12. My car didn't like to work at low speeds, so I lost a lot of time through that corner. But other than that, my car, did it was well.
Yeah, we saw it was a frustrating battle. You got really, really close, and then suddenly she just pulled away out into turn 1 again.
Yeah, I wanted to make a move, but I didn't want to risk anything because I knew Frederick was still chasing, not close behind, but I know he could have time gained if we started battling. So I just thought I'd work with her and try and make a move when I could. But I was thinking of making a move on the last lap, but I made a mistake on turn 12, which ruined my plan.
Well, even then, it was a great race, and we look forward to seeing you throughout the day. Thank you.
Very much.